personal capacity. I'm not being disrespectful. I'm not calling you Mr. Secretary. He's a surrogate for the Harris Walz campaign, Pete Buttigieg. Great to see you, Pete, Mr. Mayor. Your comment about the no comment candidate label put on by many, but including Axios.
So look, she's been very clear about her policies down to the percentage point level that she thinks the capital gains tax rate ought to be. There's always going to be, a back and forth over exactly how much to lock yourself in advance. But when you compare it to a guy like Donald Trump, who to this day can't even say what his health care plan is, just a concept of a plan. He said it was 2 weeks away. I think that was 9 years ago, and we still haven't heard anything. Look. We know the fundamentals of the differences in economic vision. He's going to do tax cuts for the rich, and he's going to do this import tax, this tariff, that'll add $4,000 for a typical family.
She's going I think you're right on the tariffs, but he's not looking to do a tax cut for the rich. He's looking to continue the current tax.
Oh, of course he is. I mean, he's looking to renew his. He's looking to renew his tax cuts for the rich.
No, the people that benefited most from the tax reform of 2018 were the middle class. The corporate tax rate affected
most
everyone.
of that benefit proportionally went to the wealthy. And let's be clear, of the economic promises that he made, right? He broke most of them. He broke his promise to do 6% economic growth. He broke his promise to do an infrastructure bill. He failed to deliver that. Most of his predictions don't come true. He said if Democrats won 4 years ago, there would be a stock market crash. Of course, the stock market doing better today than it was when he was president. But he did keep his promise to cut taxes for the rich.
It's very interesting. The average price of everyday goods is up 20% since the administration, which you're a part of but not representing here today. The average price increase is over 7%. Real hourly wages have fallen 1.6% under Biden. Real average hourly wages have rose 7.3% on the Trump term. So the average new car, you're in Michigan, is $47,000. It was $40,000 when Donald Trump was in office.
Yeah,
That's
and of course, higher prices are hurting. That's why we don't need the Trump income or import tax that'll add $4,000 for families. Look, Donald Trump left office with the worst jobs record since Herbert Hoover. This administration has created the most jobs of any modern. Well, let's remember, though, before the pandemic, right? It was before the pandemic that there was a manufacturing recession under Trump. Right now, more factories are being built in America than any time since before I was born. Now, look, the world experienced inflation.
The manufacturing recession is in your head.
The Trump manufacturing recession.
It never happened.
The Trump manufacturing. Oh, yeah. Okay, look it up on PolitiFact. Look up the fact check. And,
let's do that.
And then tell me, maybe you can bring it on screen right now. Because there was a Trump manufacturing recession.
Mr. Mayor, Michigan matters a lot.
Look it up.
That's why you're there, right? How much did the
EV I live here, but yeah.
How much did the EV mandate hurt the Kamala Harris quest to be the next president?
Well, first of all, the statement that there is an EV mandate is a lie. You can buy a gas car right now if you want one. You can buy an EV car if you want one, and we'll help make it cheaper, as long as you want. Now, our goal with the tax supports, and by the way, you admit, right, that you can buy a gas car if you want right now, which means by definition there's no mandate.
But if he has a goal by 2035, California's gone. By 2035, New York's gone. And do you get an incentive,
Mr. Mayor? You admit that you don't have to. We're not making you buy this car or that car, right? Now the goal, and I got to be careful, right, because I can't get into the administration side. But what I'll say is, the goal has been to be about half and half by the end of the decade.
If you had your druthers,
here's the thing that every American,
how about Mayor
especially every Michigander, needs to.
Mr. If you had your druthers, would there be combustion engines?
If I had my druthers, every car would be made in America. Now, we know that EV technology is coming. Whether people are ready for it or not, it is coming. It's happening around the world. And Donald Trump allowed China to take the lead on EVs. I want those EVs made in America. When I think about Howard County, Indiana,
allowing China,
where I started my first campaign.
That you guys won't let them mine. You will not let them mine in Minnesota, where the governor wants to be vice president.
Let's be super clear right now. Let's be very clear. Sorry, is this an interview or a debate? Can I at least finish the sentence?
Well, I just can't let you throw out fallacies. It's important.
Can I at least, excuse me, name one statement that I just made that you would say is factually inaccurate?
The statement you just made that Donald Trump let China take the lead? You have a guy, an American.
You don't think China
named-
took the lead in EVs under Donald Trump?
I would say that, number one, he didn't want a mandate to tilt the playing field. If somebody wants an EV, they should be able to get it, not get a rebate if they buy it.
And if somebody wants an EV, they can get it. And if somebody wants a gas car, they can get it. But what we're doing is we're making sure more of those are built in the U.S. And here's
30
what's
seconds.
happening right now.
30 seconds left.
When
How do
you
you
see the
convince?
threat,
How do you convince 100,000
Great, so-
uncommitted? How do you convince 1,000 who voted uncommitted for instead of Joe Biden to vote for you? 20 seconds.
Well, Donald Trump proposed a Muslim ban, so I think Muslim voters should think twice about voting for him.
Tell that
and
to
of
the two
course,
mayors
he
who
stood
endorsed
with
him.
anti-Semites, and I think Jewish voters.
Do you,
two
you think
mayors
he's
may not agree with me,
anti-Semitic?
but what I'm saying is,
You think Donald Trump's
he's
anti-Semitic?
definitely welcomed anti-Semites.
He
We
should go
definitely
tell his
stood with
daughter who's
anti-Semites,
Jewish.
welcomed them to Mar-a-Lago, and made excuses for them in
Do you really
Charlottesville.
think he's
Yeah.
anti-Semitic? Is he anti-Israel too?
Well, let me tell you, a guy who invites Holocaust deniers to come to Mar-a-Lago with him, just like a guy who chooses 9/11 of all days to bring
is there
a
anybody
9/11,
watching that think he's
truther with him,
anti-Semitic?
is somebody we got
Anybody?
to think twice about.
All right, Mr. Mayor, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Best of luck.